Greetings, everyone. Welcome to my little subsection of YouTube. I'm your lovely host, Arson D. Fontaine, and today I'm here to show you some fun other lunar crystallized teams that you can do with Linnea. Uh, Majority if you are Zibai-less, like myself. Now, before we fully get into the team section of the video, I would like to make a note that my Linnea, as of recording this, is pretty much fresh off the banner. So she's barely level 80. I was able to level her because I got some mats from the story quest, as well as I did explore some of the new area in Mondstadt to get some of her materials, as well as I stole a few bugs from my lovely frog. For those of you who know, they are my closest friend who also plays Genshin with me. So uh, yeah. But I just wanted to make it apparent that she is not on her quote-unquote optimal build because I don't have a proper artifact set for her. She's currently running on a two-piece set for Elemental Mastery and Defense, which I believe off the top of my head Gilded for Elemental Mastery and Husk for the defense percentage. As for her weapon, she's currently R0. I did not pull for her weapon, so I currently have the Skyward Harp on her, which works as a pretty decent crit stat stick in my personal opinion. So far she's been working really nice with it. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that my Linnea is not on a fully build. So, but if you guys would like to see an updated build guide on her, do let me know in the comments below. But for now, enjoy the video. Alright, so the first team I wanted to show you guys is one that I personally love. This has been the team that I've been using while exploring the new area, as well as just kind of whenever I'm farming bosses and of course my weeklies and stuff. And this team features Farina, Columbina, Navia, and of course Linnea. This is pretty much your standard lunar crystallized team. So if you have these characters that are just kind of like vibing on your account, this is pretty much a solid team right here. And of course, if you don't have Columbina, you can also swap out Ino into this team, as well as if you don't have Navia, you could also swap in Ningguang if you have her built and stuff as a 4-star substitute if you do not have these characters. And of course, if you don't have Farina, you can also choose Xing Cho, and so on and so forth. But strictly for this video, I will be showing the showcases will be strictly showing the 5 stars, but I will let you know the 4-star variants as we go along. And I would also like to make a note for all my fellow Farina lovers. If you're worried about her bleed effect on her skill, Linnea does heal very well, and it does keep up with it, in my personal opinion, as you'll see in the showcase. But if you look here on the screen, her burst will heal the nearby party members based on Linnea's defense, which I believe maxes out at 2,000. So if you are able to get her at least 2,000 defense, you should be good. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy the showcase of this team. I do want to give a slight spoiler warning before we officially start the showcase. For all these showcases, we will be using the new world map boss that is currently in the new area of Mondstadt. So for anyone who hasn't explored and or has done the new story quests, I do apologize for the spoiler, but this will be this will be your only warning for right now. So, but yeah, let's get into the showcase. I think this team is a pretty solid secondary option for anyone who wants to pull Linnea and wants to do Lunar Crystallize. Mainly because Navia is a really decent partner for her, and I do believe overall this team just kind of like flows pretty well. I do apologize for the sloppy gameplay as I'm saying this, but yeah, this team works fairly well if you want to do world boss grinding as well as your weeklies, and honestly, I feel like this team could probably do pretty decently in the Spiral Abyss. Unfortunately, my Linnea is not Abyss ready, so we will not be showcasing the Abyss today. Now, this next team is probably the most least optimal, but also kind of optimal team. It is also still your standard Hydro Crystallized team, but instead of having Navia as our main DPS, we are going to have Monsieur Nuilek the Udexofontaine as our main DPS slash driver for this team. We do still have Columbina, so that way we can trigger the Luna Crystallize, as well as give us that nice HP buff for Nuvilet. We are also pairing this with Shalonen for Hydro Resistance Shred, as well as just consistent heals for Nuvilet, because for those of you who don't know, he does drain his own HP for whenever he does his damage. And of course, we do have Linnea in the standard Geo Shred, as well as just, you know, if we pop a burst for a little bit of that little extra heals for Nuvilet whenever he drains his HP. But yeah, it's probably not the best team, but of course, if you have these characters, you're more than welcome to try this team. It's pretty fun. I'm enjoying it, and hopefully you guys enjoy the showcase for it too. And well, naturally, of course, we do know that Nuvilet with every patch grows ever stronger with a brand new team, so we do have to showcase him having a little bit of fun on here too. So again, this team is probably not the most optimal, but it also, just like the last one, gets the job done when it comes to finishing off bosses. And honestly, it's really fun to use. Sometimes it's really nice to kind of just go against the like standard teams that most people do nowadays and just kind of have fun with it, you know? Still, you can still do decent damage. It does take a little bit of a rotation to do, but you know, we do love Power Wash Simulator in this house. Alright, so this next team is definitely not the most optimal team unless if you have these characters at like C6 or C2 or anything like that. Like unless if you've like heavily invested in these characters. But the reason why I am showing this team is because I thought it would be really funny to do and really fun to see like a kind of hybrid team with the new Hexarai buff as well as the Ascendant Gleam from the Nodcry buff. Pretty much kind of working hand in hand together in this team. So that's kind of what this is. It's, again, if you have these characters, I recommend, if you want to have a little fun with this team, it's a very fun one to do. Unfortunately, to my knowledge, other than Razor, there is no other 4-star variant, at least in the Pyro category, that does not have the new Hexarai buff. So unfortunately, there is no 4-star variant unless we're doing an overload with Razor, and unfortunately, my Razor is not built. So so we will be using a full 5-star team. Other than I know, there's really no one else you can swap out for this team. So I do apologize for all the free-to-play players out there. For this team, we naturally have Columbina paired up with Linnea. And I personally have Albedo and Durin here to activate the Hex buff, and Durin, our lovely little dragon boy, is going to be our main DPS slash driver for this team. So hopefully you enjoy a very unique showcase. Now again, this team is probably not the most optimal, but it was really fun to do, so hopefully you enjoy. It is definitely probably one of the more stranger teams that I've ever played on my account, but again, if your main objective is to have a lot of fun, this team is definitely fun. I'm sorry. This is a team that I never thought that I would actually make and like actually have it be kind of viable. So, but yeah, I really don't have much to say about this team except for that if you have these characters, have some fun. Let me know what you think. And look at little Lumi just kind of vibing right here in front of Darren. But all right, so for the final team that I want to show on this video is a pretty funny one that my lovely frog has sent me in DMs on Instagram. and I would like to say I do not take credit for this team. If anyone does know the originator of this team from the original Instagram post, I unfortunately don't remember off the top of my head. Do let me know in the comments below so that way I can properly credit them. But when I saw the reel, it just made me laugh. I was like, there's no way this team actually works. So one of my main goals when I pulled Linnea was to recreate this team with the characters that I had and just kind of test it out. And I will say I did test it out, and it was very, very funny to do. So hopefully you enjoy this showcase. Now, I know I did say that we were mainly going to be using the new world boss in Mondstadt for these showcases, but I figured since this is the last team of the video that we should go out with a bang and and come say hi to Raiden. Oh, don't we just gotta properly set it up? Get a little bit of heals going, and then I guess now we just wait. Don't mind me, I'm just vibing here, Raiden. You know, we're just cool, we're chilling. Oh, then there she goes. I wonder, do the little dudes find it? Oh my god, they did. Oh, I think I might need to reset the little dudes. Hold up. There we go. And then now we just wait. And so those are the teams that I personally recommend for Linnea if you did decide to get her, and if you don't have Zibai. Now, again, I would like to say that these teams are probably not the most optimal for her, but they are definitely the most fun. And if you want something that is kind of optimal, I do strongly recommend the Navia team because, as I said, she is a pretty solid DPS partner for Linnea if you pair her with Columbina and or Aino, and of course Farina for that matter, and or Xingqiu if you don't have Farina. And I also forgot to mention, if you do have Mona also works very well with that team as a Hydra applicator. But for the most part, these teams are just for everyone to have fun with, like I do with these teams. So if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe if you enjoy the content. I do hope to do bigger and better videos, and honestly, I do appreciate you for even giving my video a chance. If you tried any of these teams, let me know if you enjoyed them. Also, this is probably going to be a question that I ask in a lot of my Genshin videos, but who's your favorite current active Archon, and or if they are not currently active? My personal favorite is the one that you are seeing on the screen right now. Movuika is my personal favorite currently active Archon, and the one that I plan to hopefully C6 in the near future. Definitely getting her weapon in the next rerun, so hopefully we'll be seeing a video on that. But yeah, let me know in the comments below who's your favorite Genshin character, whether they're an Archon or not. And I'll see you in the next one. Later.